Percy, it's Dana again. The set of cards that I did last night, I made a box for today out of the designer series paper. Made a few boo-boops, so if you can tell, I've lost a flap. And same down here, lost a flap. Only because I cut away like mad before thinking. And it does, it holds those 5 cards I made last night, absolutely beautiful. And I used some of those leftover little flowers and gems to add to the box. But there's 5 there. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there must be still one inside. 5. And I did say I would finish them off. This is Treat Yourself. Happiest of birthdays to you. Cut the confetti. Here's to celebrating you. And celebrate the good stuff. So, these hold 5 cards. I did make a box back in, let me tell you now, I've got it up. Back in October last year, but they only went in at a tilt. So this, I'm going to give you the measurements. You can make this out of designer series paper, or like the one I'm going to do now, I'm going to do out of cardstock and then decorate and put a sentiment on, not this one. So this is an old piece of, well, it's not old. You know the back of your designer series paper? I use it as a template, but silly sausage me, cut it short by 1/4 inch, as I always do. This is supposed to be 1/2 inch, not 1/4. I cut this then at 11.5, and it should be 11 3/4, which is my blushing bride piece. 11 3/4 by 10.5. The reason I'm making it slightly bigger than the last box I did is so they fit inside the cellophane the bag. They fit inside the box with the cellophane bag straight like that, not twisted at an angle like the last box I made. For some reason, the very vanilla envelopes fitted inside here perfectly, but the other one didn't. So this is just a template. This will work. You can make it out of your old designer series paper. Backings, fabulous way to use up card and then decorate the outside. This one works, but there's only a tiny little flap there to glue it down. So that's why I haven't glued it down, because I wanted to show you 1/4 inch. It will work and it fits lovely with the cards inside, but ideally you do want that extra 1/4 inch. So this is the box we're going to make. They're going to stay in that. Well, no, they're going to keep them out. I'm going to find something to fill that box with cards. And yeah, so it's going to be 4 5/8 instead of 4.5 by 6.5 like the last box was. And I'm keeping that open just so I know which way to cut my flaps. Because I'll cut them upwards and that's how I lost them. So you're going to need, like I'm saying, this is 11 3/4 by 10.5, and I've only got 2 sheets left, I think, of 12 by 12. I only ever bought the in colour one last year, so very rare I use it. So right, use the large, no, use the small one. Only use the small one on thick cardstock, and I mean thick. So this is 11 3/4 inch side. We're going to score at 4 5/8, 5 5/8, 10 1/4, and 11 1/4. Now we've got 1/2 inch flap to glue down. Turn it round to the 10.5 inch side and score this at 1 and 2, 8.5 and 9.5. That is it. And your designer series papers to fit these and these, those ones actually, you will need 2 at 6 1/4 by 4 3/8, 2 at 6 1/4 by 7/8 and 2 at 4 3/8 by 7/8, which I have got over here. You can attach these now if you want, or you can attach them after. It's entirely up to you. I love this paper. It's my favourite, and now I'm on my 3rd packet, believe it or not. So you're going to need those, and these are going on your flaps here. So that is your cardstock, but we're going to remove these 2 squares, both lengths. We're going to take away this one. We're going to keep those, and we're going to keep the flaps here. But I'm going to do that. I'm going to do my cutting first, then I'm going to attach, and then we'll put everything together. Oof, otherwise I get confused again and cut the wrong bit off. Can you believe that? Best thing to do now is turn it onto your side. I'm using small scissors for the small cuts, so you're going to cut up both sides. Oops. In fact, no, I'm going to go for my long scissors. Do bear with me, ladies. So we'll cut up this side, and we're going to remove this flap here and take it just past, about 1/8 of an inch past the score line. So you've got that tiny little bit there you don't need. And then we're going to mitre. Take away those ends. Take away those bits. And then we're going to take these 2 strips off here. Don't throw them though, because they would be ideal to back a sentiment if you were using, if you needed a 1 inch strip. So you could have 2 1 inch strips there to back a sentiment at 7/8 by whatever, and you could use those to back a sentiment. Just saying, you don't have to. But if you're like me and hate wasting paper, then it'd be perfect. So again, we're going to cut up the score lines. We're going to take this past just by about 1/8 of an inch and remove. Mitre the corners, and oh, bear with me. There we go. And remove these 2. I'm having a job to see the score lines. I never go right to the end. Look at it, still attached. It's like a baby tooth won't come out until you snip it right to the end. So now, following your flaps there, you want to do the same here. So again, we're going to score up. We're going to remove that tab and mitre in. I'm going to do the same that side. Mitre in. And then we're going to cut this flap about 1/8 of an inch past it again. And mitre these corners. Now we turn it over and do the same again. Are you watching, keeping track? At least this way, the flaps are in the right place. Oh, I'm gonna mitre that in the corner, and that one as well. Perfect. So you really haven't got much waste, because like I say, if you keep these 2 pieces, perfect to back a sentiment, and you've got 4 pieces there, 1 inch in length. So this is what you're going to end up with. So you need your, I'm going to turn it over now, because we're going to fold and burnish our score lines. If we kept it the other way, a card might have split because we've already folded. So just burnish all your score lines now. I've just been watching Celebrity The Chase, and they've won £120,000 for the charities, and one of them was for Cancer UK. Oh, that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Cancer research. Fabulous. There's 4 celebrities, and they won, like I'm saying, £120,000 between them, so £30,000 for each charity. And when one of them turned around and said Cancer UK, I was like, oh my gosh, we're doing cancer. So this is your box now. I know I've got my old Project Life. You may not have it. Do apologise. So tuck up your flaps, and I'm rounding these off. It makes these corners absolutely lovely then. And you're going to do that on both flaps, because one is top, one is bottom. And what you can decide when you make your box and when you close it, which is top and which is bottom. So there you go, get these bits. So a fabulous tool. Don't know why they retired that. Now we can turn it over and we can add tear and tape along the top, ready for closing our box. I always squash mine down with a bone folder. It makes it easier to peel off, because they're going to get tucked inside the box. Your designer series paper is going in here and there. So I'm going to use wet glue for this. You can use anything you want. You can use fast fuse, you can use a snail, wet glue, you could even use tear and tape if you wanted. Oops. I always find it nicer to decorate before. It doesn't work out any different if you do it after. It's just, I think, because your project is flat, it tends to go down better. And I don't think, because this is gold and all these beautiful colours, you'd have to make a set of cards now to match designer series paper. Oh, there's a challenge for you girls. I'm just using the Painted with Love designer series paper as your card fronts. Or you could even do, oh, that was lucky. You could even do a one sheet wonder like we did using this paper and make 14 thank you cards. And then you'd have to make 2 boxes. You'd probably get 7 in each box. Trust me. I've only put them in 5 in comfortably. And they're in cello bags, and there's a lot of embellishments on them. The flowers are sticking up, there's pills on them inside and outside of the card, as you saw me make them, very heavily embellished, and they still fit 5 in there. So if you add the one sheet wonder and followed the one sheet wonder for 14 cards, I think with the less embellishments you've got on there, you would get 7 cards in each box, and it'd make a perfect gift for someone's birthday, or a teacher for when the kids are breaking up from school. You know, nice box of mixed cards. You could say thank you, birthday. You know, you could really go to town on your sentiments, and or for whoever you're giving them to. So yeah, Tombow for me works great because it gives you that wiggle space as well. You could even put Tombow on the flap. We're going to adhere down if you want to wait. But I love my tear and tape for fastening boxes. Gosh, this is a really quick project. And the lovely Brenda, my lovely, lovely Brenda, asked me for the book box. I did one in the shape of a book. When you opened it, you could fit cards in. She asked me for the measurements, bless her, yesterday. So it went to give me an idea after I made my cards to make another box and have it. And that's going to fold on there perfect now. I'm going to make sure it's flat. Check it to make sure your lines are in place. And then remove the tear and tape. Love the pokey tool, very, very handy tool. So press this down and press this down. So when you lay that flat, it's perfectly lined up. And it's a fold flat box, ideal for storage. You could fold that somewhere nice and neat, keeping your projects. The reason you cut a little bit of the flap off as well, so when you tuck in your nice rounded corners now. Oops, where's that going? Always pop in the side that you've just glued. Why isn't it? Oh, it's trying to fold behind that little flap there. Perfect then, put a hand inside. That's it. There we go. Let's have a look inside. Lovely, perfecto. And that is it. You can have the flaps at the front. Or you can have the flaps. Look, it's trying to tuck itself. There we go. Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful. So I'm going to have my flaps at the back so I can decorate this front piece. What I've done, I've gone ahead with the tailored punch. I love this punch. And I've cut one out in Dazzling Diamonds and the gold glimmer paper. And I'm going to cut them in half. After I stamp my sentiment, let me grab, oh, and these are the foils. Oh, they're painted. I love this paper. It is absolutely, you could make it just with the paper, but I think it strengthens the box having the designer series paper on the outside as well. Isn't that beautiful? So let me get some scrap Whisper White. I do have the piece here. And I'm taking the words from Hope You Are Feeling Special Today from Garden in Bloom. I absolutely love this set. I love the watercoloured flower effects and the leaves and this beautiful butterfly, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. There's little petals and leaves. Absolutely beautiful. Love this set. Absolutely adore it. I love it. I wonder where that, I think that layer's in there somewhere. Oh, I know that one does. But it's what a wonderful set. Now, you've got to choose. Do you want powder pink, which is the paper you used? Do you want a bit Calypso Coral? There is rich raspberry and melon mumbo in this pack as well. But because you're not visible on this box, I'm going to use Calypso Coral, which will go absolutely wonderful with this box and this sentiment. But what perfect little gifts. So I've lined my, just turn that to one side. And press that down. Oh my, isn't that beautiful? Beautiful, beautiful colour. So I'm taking the punch again. And I'm just going to centralise that sentiment. That looks pretty good to me. Right there now. That looks straight. And then I'm just going to pop that out. And you've got space there for another sentiment. Love it. Love, love, love. Ooh. Now, what do you reckon? Should we cut one out of here? Because this is the flaps off the side. And literally we're going to cut it in half. So there's my line to follow. So there's no waste there. Look, a perfect line down the centre. And then we're going to do the same with these. Always best to use your long scissors when cutting these out. I did a card a few weeks back with the tailored suite as well, and I cut 3 layers to go on the back of the sentiment then. Oh, look at this now. This can be our Calypso powder pink layer, and then our beautiful gold layer, and then this beautiful dazzling diamonds layer. Oh, that is gorgeous. Isn't that lovely? Against that beautiful box. Absolutely stunning. Love it. There we have it. That's what we're going to do. Love, 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 love. And I am nuts. So, just taking a line of glue down the bottom. And we are going to work our way coming up. Just check it quickly while you've got the wiggle space and try and keep it level on either side. That is perfect. Absolutely perfect. Again with this one. Just along the line. And wiggle that on. And it's because it's the same length. You can just rest your finger on top, knowing that it's going to have that all the way there. Isn't that beautiful? Love it. So hold that down just for a moment. And if you want, you can put a drizzle of glue down there. Should we go for white and then gold? Let's have a look. Or should we go gold then white? Let's have a look. Add the colour in between. That is beautiful. I think either way would look absolutely gorgeous on there. That is so nice. Or we're going to have pink, gold and white. This is why we don't attach till after. Or we could just have pink and gold. Love it. I like the white though. I love dazzling diamonds. And I like the fact there's plenty of layers there. And whoever you give the gift to then will be like, oh my word, this is a labour of love. Look at that. That's what we're having. Yay! I knew I was going to get it right at some point. So what you want to do here is just add your line of glue on the back of here now. Because we're using dazzling diamonds. And you want to make sure that it stays stuck down. So, just going to squeeze those ends. And you can always test from the back as well. Because you want your gaps to be perfect. I think that is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So again, I'm going to add our glue along the edges here. And you've got a guide as well with that gap there and that gap there. turn it over, lift it out a little bit. Add as much showing as you want. It's your project. Leave that glue down for a minute. Absolutely beautiful. Hope you're feeling special today. Isn't that nice? I love that sentiment. Now there's a bit of a ugh, but there, that looks. Luckily, we've still got a bit of wiggle space on here. It does take a little extra with the dazzling diamonds to adhere down. In the meantime, we can be colouring some of these gorgeous pearls with our blends, because you can even colour the rhinestones, I think. So I'm going to colour one of these in dark Calypso Coral. I'm going to grab some of these gifted gems. So oh no, let's try one of these ones. These are from Stampin Up. Oh look. Oh my, you can even colour the rhinestones. Look how perfect they look. Oh, they're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to take 2 large. And a small one. I'm going to decide in a moment which ones I'm going to use. And the more you go over with that, the darker they become. I think I've just used the wrong colour. No, I haven't. This is the dark Calypso Coral. Yeah, it is. Oh, I thought I'd used the wrong colour then. Silly sausage. So we can leave them to dry. And now we can start adding our white layers. So pop them to one side. Oh, fingers and thumbs me. And again, add your glue in the same way. Because we're going to pop this on dimensionals at the end. Now we're going to take our dazzling diamonds. And we're going to layer up again. Just pop your fingers either side and squeeze. Making sure all your little arrows are lined up. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Love that so much. Again with this one. Add your glue. I don't think we'll need any more than that. And pick this up and do exactly the same. Are you all sad now that celebration is over with? Oh, by the way, happy birthday, Carla. Please, everyone, wish Carla happy birthday. It's her birthday today. I am not disclosing her age because, one, you don't ask a lady her age. And it's entirely up to her if she wants to let you know how old she is. But that is her prerogative. So to me, that is ultimately divine. And I'm going to just give you 2 seconds to let that dry. I'll be back now. There you go. You certainly don't want to hear me drag my chair over there. I've just gone and got some of this beautiful Calypso Coral. And I'm going to make a bow out of it if I can. I'm going to try, and you reckon if you let it flop over, it's... No, that didn't work, did it? I'm going to get my bow maker out. Me and my bow maker are best pals now. We've got to be. We've got to be the bestest friends in the world. Because I use her all the time. I love her. She's like my new best pal in the crafty world. Me and an inanimate piece of plastic. Best friends. How sad's that? Oh, bless. You've got to have a laugh, haven't you? Look how pretty that knot can be now, and just pull. But that, believe it or not, even though that lock looks pretty, is the back. There's the front. You always choose the side with the nicest knot. And you can twist your tails into place. And I'm going to be using tear and tape, as I always do. I think that is so sweet. Look at that. Thank you, my dear friend. Oh, that is so sweet. I'm not going to cut those tails yet because, oh my word, look how beautiful that is. That is absolutely gorgeous. So now I'm going to grab some dimensionals. I'm not just going to put them in the centre because that's quite flush actually. So I'm going to add one there this time. One there. I'm going to try and remove that. No, I can't. And I'm going to add one either side there. No point putting one in the middle because it just doesn't work. If you notice, that is flat with that. Peel off the backings. Oh, see, I knew that would happen if I got my finger in the way. It does take a little bit more gluing with Dazzling Diamonds because it's not a flat surface and it does take a bit to dry. Okay, stuck under my nail. Oh, I'll tell you what I'm going to do first. I'm going to pop these cards in my box to show you first that it works. So here's those gorgeous 5 cards, and because that is the back of my box, I'll pop them in one at a time. 1, 2, oops, 3. Go in. Put one in and go in from the front, so they push them backwards. Because the flap at the back at the bottom, they might get caught on. So always go in. And look, I'm saying, look at these embellishments on here. They're quite thick. So I've got 5 in there. And I think if you had 5 flat cards, you would probably get 7 in there easy. Look, there's still more space. I can put my hand down there. So yeah, do a 1 sheet wonder and 2 boxes. And you've got 2 wonderful gifts to give out to your loved ones or a colleague at work. So this one wants to just tuck behind. It's coming. What it is, because I mitered, it's not glued all the way to the end, so it just wants to tuck under that flap. That's better. Me and hubby watched a film last night. I love horror films. Absolutely adore them. My husband jumps out of his skin, bless him, but he will watch them. See what I mean? It's catching on that side. What I might do is, I'm just going to miter that just a tad more because it's stopping me from getting that piece in. So you can miter them pretty well. Now I've got no, if you know what I mean, it's trying to get behind that flap there. Will you stop it? I'm going to pop a little bit of glue on there because my what's it called? My tear and tape didn't come all the way to the edge. Come on. See that little worm come out then? Oh my word. This is a new bottle as well. Thank you, finally. I do like to keep my mistakes in, not so you can, just so you can't make them as well. So, and you will know what is happening if it's catching on yours like mine was. So that now, I'm going to pull my cards back, tuck in my flap, pop in that side. And there we have it. Perfect now. So that's the back of my box. You could put a little cutout if you want to, but I don't think it needs that. Just needed it gluing down properly. So yeah, you would definitely get 7 cards in here. Easy peasy. So now for our sentiment. Love this. I'm going to pop that right there. Don't press until you're happy. You could measure if you wanted to. Check that it's straight. And that looks good to me. Love it. Right, are we going to use the rhinestones or are we going to use the pearls? Let's have a look. Look at the rhinestones. Aren't they beautiful? Oh, I don't know. I'm going to put one right there. Absolutely fabulous. I'm going to have one just here. And I'm going to have one just here. These are, they come in stars, hearts, and three different size rounds. And you get them from Stampin' Up as well. They do gold and silver. I think you get one slip of each. But it slips my mind at the moment which ones they're called, so please don't quote me on them. And now this beautiful, beautiful bow. Ah, love it. And that is going right there. So I'm going to grab some tear and tape. Oh, I'm just kicking the bucket, I am. Not literally kicking the bucket. I have a waste paper basket right next to me. So what I'm going to, I always lay it across the back. I love my glue dots, but the tear and tape is amazing for going on ribbons, and it will keep your tails in place. And it peels off lovely, leaving you chance to pull it down out of sight so it doesn't get any stickiness anywhere else. So you can really shape it. So only the bit of tape, the ribbon it is on is going to get stuck. You mess with your tails now. And I'm going to pop that right there. Absolutely adorable. Now we can trim our tails. Perfect. Oh my goodness. How beautiful is that box? Love that. Oh, I do hope you liked it and you give it a go. The measurements again are, it's a fold flat gift box for A2 cards, but it fits the envelopes and the cello bags, and you want 11 3/4 by 10 1/2. And on the long side, you want to score a 4 5/8, 5 5/8, 10 1/4, and 11 1/4. Flip it to the 10 1/2 inside and score at 1, 2, 8 1/2, and 9 1/2. Designer series paper if you're doing it this way. If you're doing it with designer series paper, there's no need to decorate. Your box is good to go. Don't forget to trim and mite those 2 flaps wide enough or narrow enough to get your top flap in. Designer series paper, if you're doing it this way, you want 2 pieces at 6 1/4 by 4 3/8, 2 pieces at 6 1/4 by 7/8, and 2 pieces at 4 3/8 by 7/8. So you only got 1, 2, 3 measurements there to remember. I will put these on the blog, and yeah, I do hope you like it and you give me a thumbs up. Give it a go. And like I'm saying, do a one sheet wonder and make 2 boxes and you've got 2 presents. And that way you've only used one sheet of designer series paper for you, 14 cards, and 1 sheet, well, less than 1 sheet to cover your box. So, hope you give it a go anyway. Please thumbs up and share. And press this little button down here in the corner. Ooh, it's called subscribe. And that way, and press the bell straight away. That way you'll be notified of all future videos, which tends to be on a daily basis with me because this is my, as I call it, therapy. And cut out some little hearts or something, or some little flowers, and perhaps stick a few of them on your box, and never throw anything away, me. So, thanks for watching. Till next time. Bye.